Hey, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Mentorship Mondays. I'm Coach Tom. Welcome to my little weekly blurb. And I hope you've got your coffee this morning. I hope you had a really good weekend. Around here, the weather last week, well, I should say prior to last week, the weather was really great. But the last few days here have been cold and miserable and just like, oh. And it's because like we got a few days of sun, all the spring flowers are up, and I was feeling it like it was so good. And then the weather turned. And I found myself getting really grumpy, as one might do. Anyway, it has led to today's kind of topic for the day. I wanted to talk a little bit about patience and having patience in our lives. And in fact, I have a weekly newsletter I send to my clients, and it hasn't gone out yet, but it's ready to. But it mentions this as well. Patience and the lack thereof of patience can be a real detriment to one's day. You go to work, you do your thing, you've got a pile of stuff to do, right? And that inbox just never gets lower. Things keep coming. People keep asking you to do things for them for a variety of reasons. And when it's a good day, the balance of in to out is roughly the same. But those days are rare, and we all know that. And what happens is your inbox tends to fill up, and the outbox just becomes like a really torturous effort to try and keep things moving. And it's in those moments where, your jaw will clench. You'll get short-tempered with people around you. You'll feel a lot of tension across your shoulders, and, your back will get stiff. And then you just start to make choices in that moment that may or may not necessarily lead you towards your goals, to put it nicely. Oftentimes it's those moments of split decisions in order to alleviate the tension that they pile up too. And basically the signs that you're losing your cool, the signs that your patience is limited and your fuse is running short in your body that produces a stress response. It's not like your body can appreciate the difference between, a deadline that your boss has arbitrarily set for that report that you should have been working on that you only got yesterday or whatever. And the pressure of like a predator coming down on your body, and, you having to make some split decisions that are going to make both your life easier and safer. In your body, the stress response, something that's been programmed into us over millennia, runs about the same. Elevated cortisol, slowing of digestion, split decisions made without a whole lot of thought with regards to like the outcome or the long-term outcome, I should say. The immediate outcome, yes, it feels better. It alleviates the pressure, the stress, whatever it is that's causing the discomfort. But those immediate choices, whether it's, you grab a handful of candy, or you grab a can of beer, or you pop a gummy, a THC gummy, or, you lose your cool on somebody, or you, dive into a pint of ice cream. Those things that we do time and again to help cope and deal with stress, those are all well and good in the moment, and they have a justifiable reason for existing. But until you get to the root problem, until you, have that hard conversation with your boss or your loved ones, or set some firmer boundaries, you're going to run up against that monster again. And it's going to be hard to keep yourself on track with whatever goal you've got, whether it's, a time goal, or you have a nutrition goal you're meeting, or you have, some personal thing you want to achieve. If you don't address the root problem of the thing that's standing in your way, that problem's not going to go away no matter how much chocolate you eat. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news on a Monday morning, but that's usually how it goes. And how does this tie to patience? Well, when you start to dig into those harder moments, those harder things, those harder choices, those harder conversations, those really uncomfortable places where you know change needs to happen, and you've been putting it off for a variety of reasons, and you really start sitting in those uncomfortable spaces for a little while and make some progress there, you're going to find your patience returning. You're going to find a sense of balance returning. You're going to find a sense of, as my boyfriend put it, you're going to be able to respond rather than react. And that's a crucial difference. You want to be able to respond to, demands on your time, demands on your, energy level, demands on your calendar, rather than just react. Reactions are usually split decisions made that are, not really, there's not a whole lot of foresight, there's not a whole lot of mindfulness, they just have to happen because of a variety of reasons. But responses, thoughtful, honest, pure responses to an ask or whatever the situation might be, that's the way to go. So yeah, good morning. That's probably a little heavy this morning, but see if you can find some places in your week this week where you can sit in that really weird discomfort place, even for a little bit, and start to address the root problems behind, your lack of patience, your feeling of stress, your feeling of tension, and, see what happens when you do. I have a feeling that if you practice this a little bit, maybe pick a trusted source that is not going to push back too hard, whether that's a friend or a loved one or what have you, and just practice. It gets easier with time, and I feel like it's going to be a really great step forward for your goals. So with that, make sure you hydrate. It is Monday morning, and I've been working on coffee too much, so I've got to myself work on some hydration as well. So I've got my water, I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I'm off to the gym to work with some clients. But I hope you have a lovely week, and it's great that you're here. Thanks for stopping by.